Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a truly incredible, pulse-pounding series of events. We're reconstructing a chilling, minute-by-minute timeline of a family's incredibly narrow escape from a devastating house fire. And, as you'll see, the hero of this story isn't a firefighter or some high-tech alarm system, but someone far more unexpected. All right, let's just dive right into this. We begin our timeline in the absolute dead of night, 2:13 a.m. to be exact. The setting is this quiet, peaceful neighborhood right outside of Denver. Inside the Harris family home, it's pitch black and totally silent. Actually, the only one awake in this entire house is a 10-year-old golden retriever named Max. Now, there is an incredibly narrow margin here between safety and total disaster. Literally just 30 seconds after that 2:13 a.m. mark, flames would burst right through the kitchen ceiling. Meanwhile, the family is upstairs, completely fast asleep, entirely unaware that their home is literally being consumed by a raging fire right beneath them. Section 1. A danger in the dark. So let's break down exactly what went wrong here. The whole shebang started with a single faulty wire hiding right behind the kitchen refrigerator. It sparked and a fire began to grow completely out of sight, masked behind those heavy kitchen cabinets. And while this absolute inferno was building downstairs, upstairs, the parents, Sarah and Tom, and their 6-year-old daughter, Lily, slept completely soundly. Why? Because every single smoke alarm in the house remained completely silent. The technology designed to save them just utterly failed. Section 2. The unlikely hero. This really illustrates the sheer contrast in our protagonist. Everyday Max is a 10-year-old golden retriever with a graying muzzle, a dog who definitely prefers taking long naps on the floor over a game of fetch. But the hero Max, he was forced to become that night. Well, he transformed from this tired, older dog into a frantic, athletic lifesaver. The absolutely crucial point here is his location. Where was Max when this all started? Well, he was sleeping faithfully right at the foot of 6-year-old Lily's bed, while she was curled up tightly with her favorite stuffed rabbit. And because Max was right there in the room with her, as the deadly smoke began to silently creep its way up the staircase and into the second floor, this senior dog was the very first to sense the shift in the air. Section 3. Breaking the rules. Watch how his panic escalates step by step. Step 1. Max lifted his head and sniffed the air once, then twice, confirming the smoke. Step 2, he jumped off the bed, ran into the hallway, and barked 3 times, but nobody moved. Step 3, he raced over to the parents' bedroom door and scratched furiously at the wood. Still, nothing. So we reach step 4. Max does something he hasn't done in a decade of life. He hurls his entire body weight against the parents' bedroom door with a massive, echoing bang. That desperate physical thud against the wood is what finally broke through. Tom woke up in a haze, opened the bedroom door, and was instantly hit with the acrid smell of burning plastic. As thick smoke began filling the upstairs hallway, Tom immediately yelled out to his wife, "Sarah, get up, fire!" Section 4. Into the flames. Now, Tom is completely disoriented in the hallway, desperately trying to find his way to his daughter's room. But before he can even get his bearings, Max sprints right past him. The dog plunges directly back into the suffocating, pitch-black smoke, disappearing entirely. Why? To find Lily. Max stands right beside the frightened 6-year-old's bed and just begins barking nonstop, acting as this sort of auditory beacon so Tom can follow the sound through the blinding smoke. And, it worked. Tom followed the barks, grabbed Lily from her bed, and carried her toward the stairs. The family rushed blindly out of the house and into the freezing night air. And they made it out just in time, because right as they cleared the exit, flames violently erupted from the kitchen doorway right behind them. So, they're outside. They're shivering in the freezing cold. Sarah has wrapped Lily in a blanket. They take a breath, they look around, and then this horrifying truth washes over them. Where's Max? For one agonizing second, they realize the dog who woke them up isn't standing out there with them. But then, the front door bursts open. Max literally stumbles out of the doorway, pushing through the thick smoke. He's taken damage, for sure. The fur along one side of his body is totally singed, and he's coughing heavily from the smoke inhalation. But he doesn't collapse. Instead, he walks in a straight line right over to little Lily, and he simply rests his heavy head on her knee. Lily immediately throws her arms around his neck, crying, "He came back for me." Even in the midst of absolute chaos, This animal had risked everything, deliberately putting himself back in harm's way, just to make sure his favorite person made it out safely. Section 5. The real alarm system. Now, this is where the facts get incredibly sobering. The fire chief conducted his investigation and revealed a chilling sequence of events to the family. At minute 0, that faulty wire sparks completely unnoticed. Minute 15, the fire chief confirms the fire had been burning and spreading smoke for at least 15 whole minutes before Max managed to wake the family. Which brings us to minute 16. The chief explained that in just another minute or two, the thick smoke trapped upstairs would have crossed the deadly threshold of inhalation. They were literally 60 seconds away from never waking up.
Against all statistical odds, overcoming failed technology, and a rapidly closing window of survival, a tired 10-year-old dog miraculously saved 3 human lives.
So what happens next? Well, over the next few weeks, Max makes a full recovery. His singed fur grows back, his burns heal, and that terrible cough finally fades away. Unsurprisingly, this incredible story spreads like wildfire through the neighborhood and eventually takes over the local news stations. It all culminates in a special town ceremony where the mayor actually places a medal directly onto Max's collar while cameras flash all around them. But in true Max fashion, he just wags his tail slowly, keeping it simple. He doesn't understand all the applause. To him, his family was in danger, so he woke them up. In the aftermath, the fire department came in and installed brand new state-of-the-art smoke alarms throughout the entire house. But, as Sarah Harris will tell you, they know exactly what their real alarm system is. It's the gray-muzzled, furry hero who continues to sleep faithfully at the foot of her daughter's bed every single night. This brings us to a beautiful nightly ritual. Now, every single night before the lights are turned off, Lily leans down and whispers her gratitude into Max's ear. "Thank you for bringing us home." And somewhere in the dark, his tail begins to wag. It leaves us with a fascinating, almost provocative thought to ponder. When all our modern technology fails us in the dark, what is it about the deep, intuitive bond of our closest animal companions that allows them to sense the invisible dangers we cannot? What are they really seeing when we're fast asleep? Think about that next time your pet curls up at the foot of your bed. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. I hope this breakdown was as eye-opening for you as it was for me.